Virtual worlds become my norm. Arcade lights guide where dreams form. Loading peace, a digital conform. XP boosts where the pain once sat. Boss battles wage, anxiety spat.
Oh, welcome to the late night. Starting late tonight. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Gamer Therapy. This is a channel where we game, talk about mental health, and in a raspy voice. Yeah, welcome. We're gonna. It's gonna be a relatively short stream, I think. Um, we're gonna. I'm gonna talk a little bit about healing and growth, but it is Sunday night. Um, I did most of what I needed to do, which was cool. So I got over that procrastination hump that I was experiencing this week or this weekend, um, and got my butt into gear for a few things. And so excited about that, proud of that. And you got to take your W's where you can get them. And yeah, so yeah, we're going to talk about healing and growth. We're going to play the Carolina Open, looks like. And yeah, we ended up coming in third place in the last tournament. That was a tough one, but we are still on point, on par for points and making the cut for the end of year tournament. So yeah, let's get started. Again, it's late, so thanks for tuning in. If you are tuning in, and yeah, let's get started. Let's see. We got 8 to 12 mile an hour winds. That's always fun to play. If you're here, feel free to check in, say hi, say what up. Go ahead and ask a question if you got one. This looks like a links course. All right. Good first swing. I like that. Just gonna take it nice and easy. Nice and easy. Ooh. A little too much mustard on that. Take the bird. ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly. Oh, oh, too much club. What? Oh, man. I'll lose a stroke. Okay. Par is okay. Mm. Oh boy. Mm. Knew that was gonna be over. Okay, I think we're properly warmed up. I think we can get to some of these questions. So, we're talking about healing and growth. Um, if you have a question about mental health, feel free to drop it in the chat. Otherwise, I'll just go with the questions I have here. Um, let's see. First question: why does healing take so long? Phenomenal question. Well, uh, the short answer is uh, a lot of us. It took a long time to get where we're at. It took a long time to get. Um, how do I say this? Took a long time to get fucked up, and so it takes a long time to get unfucked up. Um, you know, a lot of us have experienced, years of, years of, trauma, abuse, things like that, um, and to get, uh, you know, to undo all of that takes a considerable amount of time. If you think about it, sort of like, if I take, my life in sort of decades, sort of like the first 10 years, the next 10 years, etc. You know, it took maybe, 10 or 20 years to, uh, you know, 10 or 20 years of unhealthy environments, unhealthy, behaviors because of those unhealthy environments, um, unhealthy patterning, and all of that unhealthy experience is creating neural pathways in the brain that become very well worn. And to undo those, oh yeah, man, yeah, yeah. I didn't think I was either, but I got enough stuff done that um, I'm I'm gonna be live for a little bit. I'm gonna be live for a little bit. Shoot, partner. Okay, okay, okay. She gave the message a thumbs up. Well, I think, yeah, I think that I think it was honest. I think it's an honest message. Um, I think it is, it was, from the heart, and that's, important. Um, I think, we were talking, earlier about, the how difficult it is to wait and to be patient, and give someone time, and I will give you that. Yes. um, and I will give you that it has been, it's going on 6 months. It's going on 6 months, and um, I think that that's, I think that, you know, if that's something that felt right to you, then um, by all means, you know, um, what you want to try to avoid is flooding her. You don't want to flood her, because that'll sort of like that'll cause sort of like a backing away kind of thing. And so, um, you want to make sure that those messages are rare and few and far between, um, and so that she doesn't feel overwhelmed, because she's probably already feeling confused and um, and uncertain, and she's got a lot of things that she's processing, and she's got a lot of things that she's avoiding processing, um, and so you don't want to flood her too much, um, you know and and you know it's okay to speak your piece from time to time, um, and so um, if she acknowledged it, and I think it's good that she acknowledged it. Yeah, yeah. I don't think it's a negative that she, gave it a thumbs up. I think it's just that she acknowledged where you're at, and she acknowledged where your head's at. Oh, come on, wind, do me a favor. But just be careful with those messages. Yeah. Yeah, just be careful with those messages, because again, you don't want to flutter, because it's gonna make her sort of like, it's gonna make her back away. Yeah, yeah. Just let it be for a while. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Be happy that she didn't shoot you down, and be happy that she wasn't like, you know, like, hey, don't do that anymore. Don't, because she could have very well have said, sort of like, I don't want to see messages like that. Um, you know, um, you know, and if she does, say that, at some point, like, I don't want to see messages like that, then that sort of like, she's feeling flooded. Not that she's moved on, but that she just feels flooded, and those sorts of messages, just are overwhelming, right? You don't want to overwhelm her. Yeah, Okay. Okay. So yeah, she didn't shoot it down. She just acknowledged that, you said, good night, and that's that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, at some point she's, like we said, like we were talking about last night, at some point she's going to have to, make a decision. Um and then, we'll handle that, accordingly. Um but yeah, it's, you're telling her where you're at, and where your head's at, where your heart is at. um yeah. Yeah, good. Yeah, sometimes you gotta shoot your shot, right? Yeah. Shit. Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that. Oh, nice. Sweet. I like GTA. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Everybody's ready for 6. It's taking fucking forever. Yeah, for real. Damn. It's been out for like 20 years. Or 10. What is it? 20, 26? Been out for 13 years. Holy shit. I know. It's holds its own. Like all the like PvP servers and like all the like yeah like sort of like real world type shit you can do. Like it's a phenomenal game. Yeah, right. Imagine how long six is gonna last. It's good to stay neutral. It's good to stay neutral. You're doing the right things. Yeah, you're doing the right things. Telling her how you feel. You're working on yourself. You're taking the appropriate steps. Taking the appropriate steps for sure. Yeah, yeah. Her pace. Her pace is important. Good. Good. I'm glad you feel. I'm glad you feel better. I'm glad you feel good. It's going way left. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, you got to take the small wins and and enjoy it. Yeah. Well, it's because, like, if you've had that experience in the past, then, yeah. Yeah, you gotta address the jealousy, the insecurity piece, before um yeah, before anything serious happens. Yeah. Yeah, you have one experience, man. And that's the thing, right? Like, that's, the mantra has to become like, this person is not that person. This person is not that person. This person is not that person. They're two different people. They're two different human beings. They're, with two different, sets of, you know, two different sets of morals and values, and, you know, and that's what I kept telling myself, like, this person is not that person. This person is not that person. You know? And I just kept telling myself that over and over and over and over and over again. This person is not that person. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right about that. Oh. Ooh, that was ugly. Yep. Yep. She ain't her. You know, like you said, she don't move like that. Yeah. That's over. Fuck me. Oh. Yeah. Oh my god. Good. Yeah. Yeah, that's an important reframe. That's an important reframe. Reframing is crucial when it comes to mental health. It's sort of like, because whatever I think, I will find in the environment. You know, you're exactly right. It's catching the loop and stopping it, and stopping it requires reframing it. Nailed it, 100%. Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. And then realistically, you wouldn't stick around or stay if if she was doing all that. Yeah, yeah. You got to talk to yourself. You got to, like, you know, make it, tell yourself, like, the reality and what is rational, what is logical. Another 2 a.m. Another 2 a.m. craving spree. No, I didn't get my wings, man. I didn't get my wings. I I procrastinated too much, and then I had all the stuff that I had to do, and then by the time I got done doing all the stuff that I had to do, it was like 9 o'clock, and I was like, oh fuck. You know, but I got my stuff done. I got the stuff that I needed to get done. So I'm happy about that. It took forever. Like I kept like procrastinating, and then I kept like starting something, and then procrastinate, and then it starts something, and then procrastinate, and then it starts something, and it was fucking laborious today. Yeah. Um. Yeah, I think like God, if I had to come up with, I was thinking about that homework assignment, and there's not too many things. Like if I had to do one, about my wife, um, I'd be hard pressed to find stuff that I don't like about about like that's it's a hard question to answer. I mean, like one of the reasons why we're together is because I like her. I like most of the things about her. Um, she's great. She's grounded. You know, she's smart. She's compassionate. She's supportive. She's got my back. Like there's so many things about you know like I don't know I I can't think of anything that I don't like about my wife. Yeah, like like if the cons outweighed the pros, like we wouldn't be in this situation, right? You wouldn't be trying to get her back if there were like a hell of a lot of things you didn't like about her. Oh, I took that. It's too far. Right? Yeah. Yeah, you really got to think it out. Get there. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, as long as you're mentally prepared for it, you know. But hey, it worked out in the long run. Yeah, man. Take what you can get. Yeah. Yeah, I feel you, dude. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you just got to take everything, at face value. And that's really hard to do. We like to read into things, we like to, we love to read into things for sure. And, taking things at face value is really important. And, just understanding that, you know, people's timeline is their timeline, and you got to respect it, and deal with the discomfort that comes along with it. Yeah, you got your W. Yeah, yeah. I'm proud of you. Proud of you. Oh, yeah, man. 100%. I'm rooting for you. I'm praying for you. I got your back. Anything that comes up, we'll deal with it. You got your therapist. You got me. Um, we'll take care of it, like one step at a time, right? Yep. 100%. 100%. We got to look out for each other. Like men, we got to look out for each other. I appreciate you, man. It's mutual. We got to look out for each other. We got to lift each other up, man, instead of like being at war with each other all the time. So we had a good weekend. I got a good rest. Yep, we're gonna change it one day at a time. Got a good rest. Um, got my stuff done. Hope you had a good. I know you had a good weekend. I'm glad you had a good weekend. Um, and we'll be back probably Wednesday night. Wednesday, I'm starting to incorporate Wednesday nights because I don't start till later on Thursday. So I'm gonna try to go live right after. Um, Try to go live right after my sessions are done on Wednesday nights, and then yeah, we'll be back Thursday. And good, yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you soon. I'll see you soon, brother. Peace out, my man.